Hello, friends. My name is Claire, and I'm going to be doing a three-bedroom apartment for this week's video. This was not actually my original video planned I had. I was going to do a apartment in the semi-Shuno world that came with City Living. This is a different world that came with the Eco Lifestyle pack. But the reason why I kind of had to change my plan for this video is because I didn't record the right screen. I have two monitors and I recorded my second monitor instead of the monitor where I play The Sims on, and that was kind of frustrating to realize after the fact, after I took all the screenshots for the end of the videos. But luckily, I have a Instagram post, so if you have Instagram and you still want to see that apartment creation I did, you can go follow me over there. My username is the same as YouTube, green_rose_sims, and it's also the same on the Sims 4 gallery. So I try to keep it consistent with that. So we are starting off in the kitchen. And I didn't really have like that big of a storyline for this apartment. Sometimes it helps me build when like I know like a career or a color scheme to build with. But I was just kind of going off of the theme of like this family's trying to update their town, kind of like bring some more life into it. Just kind of like the normal storyline that came with Eco Lifestyle. You can kind of see that storyline in the game trailer for Eco Lifestyle. I did try to only use Eco Lifestyle in the base game for this apartment just to kind of keep it different from when I do apartments in the Samashino world, and I feel like this Ecolestra pack is a pretty good pack. It comes with both houses lots and apartment lots in this world. I've actually never built a house in this world. Well, I guess I did do a apartment complex just a few months ago, but that's like different because it's like not like an actual house. One of my favorite features that came with this pack is the wallpaper that looks like corrugated siding or like shipping material containers, and I love that feature. That's kind of what drove the inspiration for that last build that I did in this world. So we are kind of like figuring out a puzzle piece right now in the video. I was trying to like include everything like a dining room and a living room. I knew I needed to have both because this is a family of four I was designing for. Family four I was designing for. Sorry, that was kind of funny. So we are just kind of like having like different like furniture pieces just kind of lay there just to like remind me like I need to have a dining room somewhere, or I need to have more seating in multiple areas, or just in more than just a three seater couch in the living room, because this is a family four. So we are just going to be adding a bookshelf by the TV. I wanted to make this living space very cozy feeling, very modern. That's like kind of the style that came with this Eco Lifestyle pack. It's kind of like modern, earthy, and so if you like that style, you can download the pack. The base game is free, so if you want to play with like specifically these items, I would also recommend to watch some other reviews on this pack if you're new to The Sims. So we are just going to be making the kitchen a little bit bigger, and since the kitchen's a little bit bigger, that meant I can have a little bit more items to decorate in. So we are just going to be adding a little more things here and there. And I don't really like play with like families in The Sims. I mostly just build, but I really like knowing that there's that feature of your Sims cooking together. That's just really sweet to me. And so I do try to have more than one space in a kitchen for your Sims to cook. So we are just going back into the dining room, or not the dining room, this is the living room, and I just kind of make a little office computer area. I was imagining that this family would be on the younger side, and so they are a little bit more weary, maybe a little uptight more with their technology that their kids consume. So we are just going to be adding just the usual desk clutter on to the little computer desk area, and I forgot about this plant. I think this is one of my favorite plants and I forgot about it. So this is kind of a helpful tool to use sometimes is if you just limit yourself to 1 or 2 packs, kind of like rediscover some different items that you've forgotten about because The Sims is so big. There are so many different packs and there are so many different features that you sometimes forget about. And so for me, find it helpful when I do limited pack builds to kind of help refresh my mind with all this cool greatness that I have bought in, or that's just in the base game, like train paint and like hills or those like split level platform things. So we are just going to be moving the dining room slightly. I kind of moved the door to the toddler's bedroom closer to the kitchen so this dining area would make a little bit more sense. And so we are just going to be adding a little coat rack by the front door, and I kind of want to get a second version of this little coat rack. I love the sweater. I feel like the hat could change to be something a little bit different, maybe another coat or maybe just kind of more like a trucker hat. I know there's like kind of an item like that in the clutter kit that came out like a year or two ago, but I want something in the base game, and I think we all want certain things in the base game, but just another like hanging wall coat rack. That's something kind of random I want. Also, something kind of random I want is to have like a medieval festival in the game. It's kind of like those Renaissance festivals, and I really think that'd be fun. We had the castle kit. It could be somewhat similar to like the flea market or those like special events in the city living pack, but just a Renaissance festival theme, and then your Sims could like do bow and arrows or drink and eat medieval types of food. I think that would be really fun to include like a medieval festival or Renaissance festival into The Sims. I've been meaning to say that every time I do a castle build, and then I kind of forget about saying that. So we are just going to be adding a dresser into the toddler's room. I kind of talked over most of this room. This room is pretty small, so it just kind of went by quickly. I do come back later on to like rearrange a little bit, but it's mostly the things on the walls, not so much the things on the floor. So this room is very small, and then I feel like the kids' room is very big, and it's not really at balance, but it was just kind of like the floor plan I did. Maybe if you want, you could make both of the kid and toddler sleep in one room, and then this could be either an like proper office area or a playroom for the family's kids. So we are just going to be adding some curtains and going to be finishing up this room. This room is pretty simple. Like I said, it was small, so it took me not too long to do. Just going to be adding some pictures. I went for like a subtle animal theme. I feel like with toddlers, their interests are constantly changing, and so I didn't want to like overly decorate a theme, and I feel like this family would be like renting this apartment. They wouldn't be like owners. I mean, that's just how I was imagining it. You can play however you want. So we are just in the home bathroom, and it's also the bedroom that the or the bathroom that the two bedrooms will be sharing. The primary bedroom does have its own ensuite, so I did try to keep this bathroom pretty simple and also made sure to include a tub because toddlers in The Sims can't take showers, and it's probably easier in real life to bathe a toddler in bath than a shower. I don't know. I don't have a toddler at this point in time. Anyway, we are just going to be adding all the bathroom essentials and going to just be making this bathroom pretty simple. I really liked this wallpaper I chose for like all the rooms. It just looks really textured and kind of cool looking to me. And again, it's one of those items where I kind of forgot about if I wasn't doing a specifically eco lifestyle build. So we are just going to be adding just some final touches into that room a little bit later, like a bathroom rug, but we're in the hallway again, just gonna be adding a picture onto the walls, and now we're in the child's room. And like I said, in the toddler's room, this bedroom is a lot bigger than the toddler's room, and I feel like I maybe should just like laid it out, but I was having some trouble like figuring out where things should go, like where the art table should go, or if I should include a bookshelf. I ended up not including that bookshelf because I couldn't feel like the flow just wasn't there. But there is a bookshelf in both the toddler's bedroom and in the hallway or living room space, so we are just going to be kind of sticking with a color theme for this room, and that is blue, if you couldn't tell. And I just didn't really have like a interest in mind for this child besides like coloring, and I did add a few book posters, but I was mostly going with a color theme for this room. So we are just going to be finding all these eco lifestyle blue items. It is helpful in my opinion to use the same pack when you're trying to like have a color theme because it's usually the same shade. Sometimes it's like the same light blue tag, but it's also just still slightly off. So we are just going to be adding a few more things into the toddler's room. Like I said, I'm going to be adding this cute little baby bookshelf thing, and I feel like having this little bunny thing above the bed was also super cute. So we're just going to be adding some book posters. I did want this sim to be into reading, and I'm pretty sure that big book poster is actually from like supposed to be like a library poster, but I use that so much in like my houses. I don't really build community lots in the first place, but I use that so many times in my builds, I kind of forgot that that might be a actual like library item. So we are just going to be adding some clouds onto the walls just to kind of give this wall a little bit more detail. And so we're just going to be adding some clouds, some bunnies. I love to include these little bunny decals, and I didn't want the clouds to like, go all the way down, and so I feel like the bunnies kind of helped fill in that space. So we are just going to be adding some curtains into the room. I feel like the yellow kind of matched the yellow on the bed, and it kind of goes along with what I was saying with like the yellow's not like fully matching. It's still like a bright yellow, just the one on the bed seems a little bit more mustard than the bright yellow on the curtains. So we are just going to be finding a lamp to go on to the side desk. I also added the Monster Begone light so your kids don't get freaked out underneath with the monster being underneath the bed. It's an item I'm usually hit or miss with adding. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't. I was just trying to look for blue items. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably add that. So we are just going to be adding some final details onto the dresser and adding some more like kid friendly items. I realize I don't really have that many like family items or like kid items in the living room. It's kind of mostly both in the bedrooms, and so we are just going to be adding a little teddy bear. And I do change that bear to fit the color scheme a little bit better, and I just think it's really cute to have a little teddy bear in this room. And so we are just going now into the final bedroom. This is the primary suite for the parents, and I wanted this space to feel very cozy and a little moody, so we are just going to be adding another bed from the Eco Lifestyle pack. That is a plus side of the pack, that there is a toddler bed, a like child bed, a small version of this particular bed, and then a two sleeper bed. So that is a plus to this pack. And we are just going to be adding a dresser into this room. I was trying to keep the dresser with that moody type of feel for this room, and I do add a rug. I don't think I show it on camera, but the final version does have a rug underneath the bed, so we are just going to be finding some items to put on the dresser. It took me a little bit to like find exactly what I wanted. I do also at the final version center the dresser onto the wall so it's not just kind of like hanging out in that corner and above the window. I do center it and I think it looks a little bit better. So we are just going to be finishing up these wall decorations in this room and going to be going into the primary bedroom or bathroom. We are currently in the primary bedroom, and I forgot to like check the wall like plants. I know this pack came with a lot of like hanging wall plants, and so I do add one of these options over here on to the dresser. Just kind of makes it look kind of cool and like it's all like one piece. And so we are just going to be now in the primary bathroom, and I just kind of kept this simple. This is like my new favorite layout for a bathroom when I am using a shower and not just a combo of a shower and tub. And so this is just a pretty simple bathroom, and we are just going to be kind of like adding just basically the items from the first bathroom into this second bathroom, and it just kind of helped keep it consistent from bathroom to bathroom. I also used the same countertops from the kitchen as well, so it's kind of helped keep it with that consistent style. So we are just going to be finishing up this bathroom, and then we're going to go back into the living room to add a fireplace from the Eco Lifestyle pack. And I just like this fireplace because it's like nice and slim. It's smaller than the base game fireplaces, and so just kind of feels like it fits better sometimes than a larger fireplace. So we are getting close to the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. I am so close to hitting 100 subscribers, and it would be awesome if we could hit 100 subscribers before the end of the year. If you have any build suggestions for me, you can leave them down in the comments. I'm planning on doing a lot of like wintry builds during the month of December. So if you want to play in this apartment, you can find all the information down in the description. There's usually for my videos, I have the value of the house or apartment, the total number of packs I used, and the how many bedrooms and bathrooms for each house or apartment. So if you have any questions, go check my description, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!